You had a bit of a Nintendo spend up, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Tell us what you bought.
Well, you know what I was going to buy first was that, the Evercade. And then I found out some things about the Wii U, which no one...
Wait, so, first of all, before you said this, I think most people in the world thought the Wii U was just a massive flop and it doesn't have a purpose.
No, exactly. I thought that.
Yeah.
Like, I was the same boat.
What's the point of it?
Yeah. That was the only Nintendo console I skipped over and knew nothing about because I had a Wii. Yeah. Loved it. I thought it was great. But the Wii U came about. I was like, what? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Is it an accessory for the Wii?
Yeah.
Is it its own thing? Like, I don't really get it. Why do you have, like, a tablet the size of a tray?
It's huge. It's like that size. It's the size of a laptop.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what is that? Like, is that necessary for games?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. You can only use one of those per system? Like,
not very good.
What? Like, I just didn't get it. Like, so I just skipped it. Didn't understand anything. And now we're on this whole retro thing. And especially with the release of Metroid Dread coming, managed to secure a special edition pre-order.
Oh, it's just dropped that in there.
Oh,
yeah.
Had to drop that bomb.
One of the few.
Yeah, I know. So I managed to get that. And then I was like, right, I want to play all the Metroid games. And I was like, sweet. I know I can play Metroid 1 and Super Metroid on Nintendo Switch with Switch Online.
Yeah, it's got the SNES and NES emulators.
But if I wanted to play Metroid 1 in a better way, then you had Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
So I went, oh, that's cool. Might be able to find that kicking around on eBay for cheap, £5-10. No, £150.
Oosh.
Yeah. So I was like, no, I'm not paying £150 without a box just for a cartridge, which could be fake or it could be broken or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I'm not paying that. So I was like, okay, fine. Screw that. I'll just play the original Metroid on the virtual console on the Switch. Fine. And then it was like, okay, what comes next? So you've got Metroid, you've got Super Metroid, which is actually 1 and 3. The one in between that is Samus Returns. Luckily, I've already got a sealed copy of that for my 3DS, which is really hard to get because apparently they only sold like less than 500,000 copies of that game. So that's why it's really expensive now.
And yours is sealed?
Yeah, I got sealed on.
Why? I mean, if I can imagine that adds a bit of value.
Yeah, maybe when I unseal it in a minute.
Well, don't. Just sell it and buy an unsealed one.
Yeah, true.
And then the difference you keep.
Yeah, maybe. Possibly. But I like the satisfaction of peeling off like a 10-year-old wrapper.
What if
it's
that,
not that old.
If that wrapper costs like £50?
If we worth it. I'm paying.
I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck.
I don't know what the buttons are still.
No, but that was great. So basically, there's all these Metroid games. So you got 1, 2, and 3 that you can play fairly easily. Well, no, sorry. Number 2, you can't really play very easy. Samus Returns. But then you've also got number 4, which comes before Metroid Dread, which I really can't think. Zero Mission, I think it is. Or am I getting this the wrong way around? Fusion may be number 4. Zero Mission might be 1. Or it's the other way around. I'm sorry, I can't remember. That is locked on the Game Boy Advance. You can't play that game any other way other than on the Game Boy Advance. So if you want to play Metroid 4, the only way is on Game Boy Advance. And once again, that's a really expensive game to get now. So it's like you've got no other way of doing it. Then I was diving around on the internet a little bit. And I found out, I was wanting to get a Wii anyway. Yeah. Because I was like, right, great, I can get the Metroid Prime trilogy on there as well as some other games I wanted. We've wanted a Wii for ages now because I haven't had one for a long time. But I was like, yeah, great.
Metroid and they're at the right part of the depreciation curve.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheaper now than they'll ever be.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a Nintendo Wii with 2 years warranty for £40. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's very cheap.
Especially when a 3DS is over £250 now. Yeah. They're expensive. But the Wii, cheap. So I thought, great, I'll jump back on that now whilst I can. Get the controllers, get a few games like House of the Dead, all that stuff. Love all that. And then, because I was looking for all those kind of things, and I was looking at the Metroid thing, I found out that the Wii U is backwards compatible with the Wii. Now, I didn't know that. Now, it's kind of obvious in the name, the Wii U, but I
guess so. I assumed they're totally different systems.
I thought it was like like a Dreamcast and a whatever.
And all Wii titles?
It says Wii titles.
Wow.
So, like, it might be locked, like, some may not work, but I get the impression that, like, at least 95% are going to work. Because you actually load the Wii U into the Wii software. So in the Wii U's menu system, you can click Wii mode and it reboots the console as a Wii. Yeah, and then you just put Wii games in and it works with all the nunchucks, all the remotes, like all the accessories for the Wii work with the Wii U. So I was like, oh my God, not only is it a newer console, but it's still relatively cheap and I don't need to buy a Wii anymore. I can buy a Wii U and then that unlocks me being able to play the Wii, me being able to play Wii U games, which, yes, it was a flop. It only sold like 13 million copies worldwide, which is not very good. But at the same time, my thinking is that's not very many. So there's not many out there.
Yeah.
So to get a good quality one now is going to be the best option. So I was like, that's great. I can get one of those, get Metroid and stuff like that. But the games are still expensive for certain games. But there's like Star Fox that I wanted to play.
Yeah.
I got a sealed copy of Star Fox for 10 quid.
What?
Sealed copy for 10 quid. What? Like, this game... That's
crazy.
It came out in like 2013, the Wii U.
Yeah.
And 10 quid. Like, I know people don't like that game, but Star Fox is the last Star Fox that came out.
Yeah, it's legendary.
Like, so yeah, I'm going to buy it for 10 quid sealed. So anyway, and then what I found out, after some more digging around, is that the Wii U has a virtual console for every system Nintendo has ever made, other than the GameCube. Every single thing. So you got the NES, SNES, you like all of it. N64.
I mean, that's mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. But Game Boy Advance as well. And DS. Because it's
why
got
is that
the
not on
second
the
screen.
Switch?
Exactly. I mean, I understand.
I'll rip your head
Yeah,
off.
Nintendo, why is that not on the Switch?
I get it. I understand why DS isn't on the Switch, because you need 2 screens for DS games.
Yes.
And because the Wii U has that big tablet thing, well, you've got the main screen on your telly, then you've got the bottom touch screen on your pad thing, right? So it makes total sense. Being able to play DS games via the virtual console is just amazing.
I bet it is.
And then the fact that it's got Game Boy Advance virtual console as well, that means you can play Metroid Fusion, you could play Metroid Zero Mission.
How much was Fusion again?
150 quid for a physical
for a
card.
Game Boy Advance version.
Yeah.
How much is it on the virtual store?
I think it's around £5, so less than a tenner. Exactly.
So,
and you can play it on the telly.
It does go against the thing we talk about being collectors of these things.
Totally.
You don't have the physical copy.
No.
But if it's just a game you just desperately want to play like you do.
Yeah, I just want to play for it. And
£5.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to do that. So I would love to collect it. And if I was a millionaire, I would go out and spend 150 quid on it.
What other games are there? I mean, you've kind of scratched the surface.
Oh, yeah, massively.
What other titles will there be that
you can dig into there? I mean, Castlevania, yeah, the big thing at the minute. Like all the Castlevania games that came out on GBA.
Yeah,
there's loads on there that came out on GBA because they just like pumped them out.
And those games are silly expensive.
They're well expensive, and you can go play them. I mean, I managed to get the the 3DS version, which again is really expensive. I got a copy of that 6 months ago or something for a reasonable price. But now I can go back and play all the Game Boy Advance games. I've still got all my handhelds. So if I had physical copies, I could play them.
Yeah.
But finding the physical copies...
But now you can play them on a big screen as well.
Exactly. And I could play with Christina. She can watch, or if I die, she can have a go, or whatever.
And my head goes to streaming them as well.
Exactly.
Now it's possible.
Yeah, and you can actually get gameplay footage of Game Boy Advances and stuff.
Yeah, easily.
Like screen record, like through a capture card. You can't plug a capture card into a handheld Game Boy Advance.
No way.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so it just opens up so many doors for me. So I'm probably the only person that's hyped about a Wii U almost 10 years old. Yeah, 10 years after it came out and crashed and died.
That's another thing to add to the shopping list. Thanks, Andy.
Yes.
Great.
Definitely.